So what's up?
I'm good. Can we do another quick drink check? We did a drink check earlier while we were listening, but I'm back with different drink.
Oh, different? Hold on, I gotta adjust my mic.
Okay.
Different drink. What are you sipping?
Right now, I am sipping on, I've come back with a water bottle, Kirkland brand purified water with minerals added for taste.
Let's fucking
and a one of those small yet tall cans of Arnold Palmer, like the little baby tall can one that you get at Costco.
Yes, I'm familiar.
And give it a little shake. A little bit of a... That's podcasting.
It did not pick up.
That's brutal. It picked up at least in Audacity, so maybe it'll be a little audio surprise.
Excellent.
And I've also got with me my trusty Mio. This week's flavor is strawberry watermelon.
Yeah, you put your strawberry watermelon in your strawberry fruit Starbucks drink. I saw that.
Yes, I did also put it in my margarita last night. It does a lot. It's versatile.
Mio is the switch of those powdered drink editions.
I would consider. Well, it's actually a liquid. It comes in this little bean-shaped module, I would call it.
Okay, so it's not exactly the same as Crystal Light or the Kool-Aid one.
No, but Crystal Light does have a liquid version of it too.
Yo, so they got liquid Crystal Light now?
Yeah, they got liquid light. So what Mio does is it's just like a very potent juice in like a little triangular guy.
So you're saying I could just drink Mio and have all of my strawberry juice cravings for the day sated?
Well, so here's the thing, right? Here's the thing is the juice craving the flavor and the concentration thereof, or is it the experience of enjoying the strawberry juice?
Like, I'm just saying that if you cook chicken at like 20 minutes for 350 degrees, it's about the same as cooking the chicken for 2 minutes at 5,000 degrees.
I can tell you exactly right now that I don't know the math, but I know that's not the math. I just need you to know right now.
The math. The math.
The people are not on your side.
The math is 20 minutes at 350 or 2 minutes at 3,500. I didn't do the math. I'm sorry, but the people who work at my university are going to hear this podcast and be like, well, we got to kick her out of the math program now. Fuck this bitch.
You're gonna lose your major because I wouldn't shut up about liquid drink. About concentrated flavor drink.
This isn't the first time that concentrated flavor liquid has cost me a degree, and it won't be the last.
I can't believe it. It's once again. First, it was what wasn't it? Didn't you get kicked out of the psych major at Harvard because you wouldn't stop drinking like concentrated, like those like bottles of margarita mix that come without the alcohol?
Yeah, that. And I would also just like cut a lemon in half and squeeze it into my mouth in class and just go, ooh, sour!
You were the star lawyer too. You were the star. I said psych, but it was psychological lawyering. It was some really cutting edge stuff. They don't tell you about this at the community colleges.
Yeah, no, this is what that show with the NCIS guy is about.
I'm pretty sure this is what The Mentalist is about.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never seen The Mentalist, but I think so.
There's a guy named Red John in it. That's the big bad. I remember that.
Here's my question.
Sure.
If you were on the television show Psych, would you be like a cool, funny character, or would you be like one of those mean guys? There's two genres of character on Psych.
Would I be a Timothy Amundsen or a James Roday, you're asking me?
You need to pick more known celebrities because the furthest down I go is like
those are
Donald
literally
Glover.
Two of the main actors on Psych.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. Give me names.
James Roday is Sean. Timothy Amundsen is the detective whose name the main
Lassiter.
detective. Lassiter, thank you, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
Isn't Lassiter the detective? Isn't Lassiter the guy on Monk?
No, Monk is the guy on Monk.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about the guy who's played by Buffalo Bill, Silence of the Lambs.
No, because Sean always calls him Lassie.
Lassie, right? Yes. How could I forget?
I'm definitely I remember we were at like my grandfather's place when the series finale of Monk was going on. And my family, we were huge Monk heads. You could call us, monk fruits, perhaps stevia, you know what it is. And we were so into Monk, but my grandpa way out of the way, and he had this old ass TV that had a big ass button to turn it on. And it was kind of antennaed, and we were just trying our hardest to watch the ending of Monk, and it was just static the whole time. It would just go out at random intervals. It would be perfect for 5 seconds. Mr. Monk then would turn green. It was
no, that just happens in the series finale. He gets injected with the Hulk virus.
He gets injected with DNA mutagen from Street Fighter the movie.
He gets injected with broccoli.
He does get injected with broccoli. That's true.
And that cures his OCD.
And that does actually. That's facts. I actually was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. And then I had some broccoli, and I still have it, but broccoli's good.
Yeah, broccoli's pretty. I'm gonna go on record here and just I don't care who's canceling me for this one. Broccoli's pretty good.
I am a broccolini fiend. I like a broccolini, which is a baby broccoli, I think.
Oh, you just you like a mean broccolini.
I make a really good broccolini with a recipe that I somewhat pirated from the New York Times by using an ad blocker. And it's just you throw the broccolini on the tray, oil it up, then you take a lemon, you slice half the lemon in circles, put those on there, and you get a couple cloves of garlic, just crush them, throw them on the sheet pan, toss it all in oil, squeeze the lemon over the top, and then you put Parmesan cheese. You want to get some of the good stuff if you can, but Parmesan is Parmesan.
Right.
Put that over the top, pop it in the oven for however many degrees, however many minutes. You can figure it out.
It's 2 minutes at 3,500 degrees.
Definitively not 2 minutes at 3,500 degrees. It's probably 20 at 475 or something. You just leave that in there, baby. Make sure you get some of the Parmesan just left on the pan so it'll get crispy. There you go. That's veggies for dinner. Then all you gotta do is, get meat or meat alternative. That's dinner.
Everyone, it's your number one General Hospital fan podcast. I'm Sara, and I am a slut for General Hospital, and I'm joined this week by your friend. I'm declaring this for you, Mona.
Welcome to Doughboys, everybody.
You told me you were going to do this bit, and I didn't say this in response at the time, but I've literally never listened to Doughboys. I literally only know Nick Weiger from How Did This Get Played?
Yeah, and I'm Nick Weiger. Welcome. With me, we've got the Spoon
Nick.
Babe, Sara.
Say your catchphrase that you say at the start of every How Did This Get Played episode.
Shit. I actually only listen to Doughboys. I have never listened to anything else from him.
The catchphrase is just the word edge.
Edge.
There you go.
There we go. It's me, Wags, as they call me on Doughboys, the podcast.
They do call him Wags, I'm certain. This is your first time on the podcast, Mona, so I'm holding you at gunpoint, and you have to tell the audience about yourself and what your history with horror movies is.
So I am tired, mostly, is my whole deal. I'm very tired. It's
2021.
I'm from online, mostly, which is kind of a bummer to think about that I have 3,000 followers or something on Twitter, and so sometimes people will say, oh, I know that post, and I'm like, I wish you knew, the drinks I liked and the things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I do video games a lot. I do competitive gaming. I'm involved in just like all sorts of competitive scenes.
Yeah, you made an esports team.
I did make an esports team that is on indefinite hiatus just due to so here's the thing. I made this esports team, HRG, Hormone Replacement Gaming.
Yep, which I am a member of.
Which you are a member of. So it started
it's in my bio, it's true.
It started as a joke between me and a couple of other Melee friends because I was like, this is funny. Me and the other trans babes will start a crew. And so I put out a post that was like, anyone who wants can join my esports team. Then a lot of people were really interested. And my partner at the time was really good at graphic design, like professionally good, and did some design work for the team. And then it blew up into like this massive thing when I thought it was just going to be like a local Melee joke. And it was fun. It was cool at the time, but it was also something I was incredibly not prepared for. Just because, like, no one thinks you're going to actually blow up. It was just, But so my history with horror movies...
That's why every popular tweet has "Wow, this blowed up" on it. Check this website out, and then it's
SoundCloud.gif.
They either post a link to Crouton.net or a projector screen to buy on not quite eBay.
or those cool ocean lights, slime.
Yeah, they do love those.
The thing that pulls blackheads forcibly out of your nose.
I didn't know about that.
That's under some viral tweets. It's bad to look at.
Seems like something to be useful though. Maybe I should listen to this. Maybe I should listen to the people making those responses to viral tweets.
I used to use some of those things actually. I had a blackhead problem. But so my history with horror movies, you were saying, I'm a little bit wimpy about horror actually. I am not great with horror, but I am also just incredibly very awesomely autistic. This is an awesome thing for me. It's made my life cool. But I also...
I've said it on this podcast before, and I'll say it again. Autism is poggers, and I love having it.
It is poggers. It's poggers, and it's cool, and it's dope. But so one of the things I would do as a youngster was I was interested in horror movies, but I was also very scared of them. And I would read so many Wikipedia articles.
Yep.
I went down so many lists of so many random Wikipedia articles. I read through like the whole Wikipedia summaries of the entire Saw movie franchise. And like I can tell you basically what happens. I've never seen a Saw. I saw part of one on television once. It scared me, so I watched something else.
Yeah, I did that with before I became a huge Final Destination fan of the movies proper. I used to do that, just like stay up late, like scaring myself into not being able to sleep by reading like the Wikipedia, like because the Wikipedia entries used to be like I'm talking like a decade ago when I was doing this, probably
shot by shot. It was gory.
Yeah, it was not like the succinct 5-paragraph summaries that you're used to seeing now. It was like
it was like it was a wikia.
Yeah, and then the two girls get into the tanning beds, and the CD rack. The melting of their slushy causes the thing to overheat, and the sparks make something fall over, and the shelf rack that's holding their CDs wedges in between the two girls, and they can't get out of their tanning beds, and they explode, and it's horrible. And like
exactly.
that, but like times 8 because that's how many characters died in that movie.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it, Final Destination 2 was one of my original favorite, like, scary-ass movies. It was one of the only ones I would watch, and I don't know why. It was just, like, my brother had it on at one point, and my brother was a big Final Destination enjoyer.
You saw a man get a ladder through the eye, and you were like, oh, poggers.
I was like, yeah, this is a pretty pog champion movie, is what I said. And you know what? I wasn't wrong. But, like... Then I, started watching a little bit more stuff on the urging of actually, coincidentally, the reason I know about this show was I listened to Jim Sterling's podcast back in, like, 2010, 2012.
Oh, yeah, this guy is kind of a Jim Sterling-looking kind of guy, huh?
He is a Jim Sterling-looking and somewhat acting and sounding kind of guy. In, like, the character Jim Sterling, not the human Jim Sterling, but I was like, so Jim Sterling recommended Pontypool, which is my go-to horror movie. Without a doubt, Pontypool is my number one. Just because I think it's cool, and it's not so scary that I can't watch it. I think it's a good movie. And then they recommended at some point, just everyone check out Garth Marenghi's Darkplace, and I checked it out. And it was incredible. And this is where we're at. Here and now. In the dark place.
I just learned two extremely unfortunate things about this show.
Okay.
Which is that Graham Linehan was in 2 episodes of it, and I didn't even notice.
Well, it did have the guy from the IT guys on it, so it makes sense, but whatever.
Yeah, that does make sense.
But you know what? It's fine, because we didn't notice him, and he's probably busy just haranguing a cashier about his coupon for his, ingredients to make fettuccine for one or whatever.
Yeah, and if that argument goes back and forth more than 2 minutes, Glinner's just gonna start calling them a TRA.
He's just gonna be like, hold up 1 second, I'm going to handle this. And he'd be like, oh, I've handled this, right, miss? And then pulls out his BlackBerry, scrolls with the little ball to the web browser, furiously tapping in Mumsnet, and then he's like, TRA in the grocery line, and all the TERVs who are just incredibly tired of him are like, Graham, please, can you just stop? You've got a problem. You gotta go. Breaking down, crying in the grocery lane. You know how it is.
Yeah. Anyways, so this week we watched Garth Marenghi's Darkplace, which is in my head I thought this was the show that they had run in the UK as that show, whatever, I can't remember what the name of it was, but that show that was basically the modern equivalent of the Day of the War of the Worlds radio broadcast, that that horror TV show that was supposed to be a spoof, but it just scared the shit out of everyone watching who thought it was real.
Incredibly not that. This is incredibly not that show.
This is not that. This is the I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards show.
Yeah, that I would say is the most famous line from this show, and I think a very important line to just understand the psyche of
Mr. Garth Marenghi.
Of Mr. Marenghi, doctor, visionary dreamweaver, horror author, and plus now actor. Plus actor.
So I just want to read this. So the core of the story is this isn't a movie, it's 6 episodes of a TV series, and the gimmick of it is that it's Garth Marenghi, played by Matthew Holness, shows up and is he's doing some Stephen King-esque shit, and is just talking to the camera and is okay, here's another spooky story from my terrible Darkplace TV series that never quite made it to air.
It's it's like a masterpiece theater setup or whatever. It's right. The plot is that TV was just so dog shit at that time that they were like, fine, whatever. Pull it out of the dungeons. Yeah. We gotta put something on the air.
And Garth Marenghi plays Dr. Rick Douglas, a doctor at the Hospital of Darkplace. And I'm really enamored with this line on the Wikipedia. Douglas is a Vietnam and Falklands War veteran and former warlock.
And it's incredibly accurate, though, is the thing. Very true.
Yeah.
The setup is of a hospital drama, but the heart is of a very bad police procedural.
Yeah.
And the soul is that of a genius.
So we should talk about our first episode, which was... What was the first episode?
The first episode was Once Upon a Beginning, I believe, is what it's called.
Yes, that's right. Once Upon a Beginning, and we meet our main cast. We meet... we get our introduction first, which is this one's going to be kind of disjointed, because each of these episodes has very little plot and just a lot of jokes, and
Mm-hmm. A lot of horror, I mean.
Yeah, it's very scary. Very scary. We've got Garth Marenghi, who's also playing Dr. Rick Douglas. We've got Richard Ayoade as Dean Lerner, and who is as Thornton Reed. Right.
So Garth Marenghi is terrible horror author turned television producer. Mm-hmm. Dean Lerner, the guy who produced this television series, I assume paid for it, and also got a role as the hospital administrator Thornton Reed.
We got Matt Berry as Todd Rivers as Dr. Lucian Sanchez.
He's the cool buddy cop. He's got a very, like, his voice sounds like this the whole time. And, like, part of the genius of the show that I'm sure we'll get further into later is that almost all of his lines sound like they were recorded on a completely different microphone in a different place and probably time.
Yep. And we also have Alice Lowe as Madeline Wool as Dr. Liz Asher.
We sure do, don't we?
Yeah.
And so, did you want to start with the summary of the first episode then? Sorry.
Yeah, well, the first episode is there is a hellhole that's opening up in hospital.
Right.
And
due to
a haunted cat.
No. So in...
Oh, right, no, it's not the haunted cat. I'm sorry. We watched this 2 days ago, and my notes are not as detailed as I'd like
you're
them
totally
to be.
fine. So, what happens is, Madeline Wool as Liz Asher, I believe. That was her name, right?
Yes, Dr. Liz Asher.
As Dr. Liz Asher comes to get the hospital job, she says. She comes in and says, I'm looking for the hospital job. I just graduated from Harvard, Yale. I aced all my semesters and got an A. When can I start? And
I love to graduate from... I got thrown out from Harvard, Yale.
You sure did. We've actually just discussed this earlier for your margarita issues.
Nice.
And so she gets the job and immediately shakes the hand of Sanchez and has a vision. And which
she's quasi-psychic.
She's quasi-psychic, which more or less pans out to them screaming at each other as the camera zooms in and plays wah, 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 wah noises for a solid 20 to 30 seconds. Sustained.
It's pretty good. It's
the
pretty
whole
good.
time. It's really incredible stuff. It's really groundbreaking stuff, actually.
Yeah. And so Dr. Rick Douglas's very good friend, who's a patient at the hospital, explodes. And it's very sad. He's very sad about it.
It's incredibly frustrating.
Because the man is also like a hellhole, so he needs to die in order to seal up the hellhole that's causing the bad things to come through to Darkplace Hospital.
So here's what happened is, this was Rick Douglas's old friend, the Darkplace expert. You take this Darkplace expert. Rick Douglas's dear old friend, Renwick, I believe was his name, came in and, he was in the hospital after, I believe, taking an axe to a trout farm, which is the beginning of many confusions this show has over whether it is a police drama or a hospital drama. Just crimes immediately going to hospital. But, and then he stands in the middle of his room, screams, and combusts. And this is a bad thing because he, in a past life with Rick Douglas, had opened a hellhole. And Rick had left to go wash his hands. And by that point, it was too late. The hellhole had, I believe, manifested inside of him. So that now that he exploded, the evil hellhole is now in the hospital. And so they have to burn what remains of his body to seal the hellhole.
Right, it's just like the end of Alien when they have to burn the robot guy's head.
I have seen Alien, definitely. I've not seen Alien.
It's also like the end of the famous Mega 64 Halloween video, Game Face.
God, it really is like that, though.
I'm so glad you understood my Game Face reference.
It's important that I understand the Game Face reference, but not the Alien reference.
Listen, some things are more pervasive than Alien. Sometimes, the thing is, to watch Alien, you need to sit down for like an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So to watch The Legend of Game Face, you have to watch like a very funny 6-minute video.
Exactly. It's just built different.
Shouts out to Mega64, Legend of Game Face. Shouts out to their recent Evangelion in 5 minutes or less video, which was 12 minutes long and extremely funny and got me on. And it unsealed the Pandora's I talk about this often, but when I watched Evangelion back in 2012, it was, I watched it all in about a 36-hour period. That's all the episodes, End of Evangelion, as well as the rebuilds that were out at the time, which were just 1 and 2. And then my brain just locked that information all in this black box. And I have not, the only things I could remember about Evangelion before this past week when I started rewatching it with a friend was that, I kind of liked Toji. Jet alone was a funny looking guy. I liked Asuka. She's cool. That's it. That's all my brain could remember. Everything else was just clamped shut. And now the Pandora, and now I'm rewatching it and the box is opening again. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, fuck, I forgot about all these guys. I forgot about Toji's camera friend. I forgot I had somehow completely forgotten about Misato.
Yeah, I cannot imagine forgetting about Misato.
Yeah,
untenable
now that I'm rewatching it, me neither.
I've actually started watching Evangelion for the first time in 2021 this past week.
How's it treating
Let me tell you. Huh?
How's that treating you?
It's treating me really good and then really bad.
Yeah, I have so many. We can't get into this. We cannot get into this.
It's not a good show. It's not a good show. We're canceling it. It's an Evangelion podcast now.
It's not a good show, but it's a good show.
It's an incredibly good, very important show, and it sucks shit. I just didn't need to see that many teenagers' boobs. That's it. That's just what I feel. That's just my personal opinion.
And
the show just trying really, really, really hard to show me Misato's feet, and I don't feel the need to. I mean, thank you, but I don't know.
It's not what I'm here for, certainly.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we've only gotten to the 5 episodes deep in my watch along with my friends, so we haven't seen any teenager boobs yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad.
Actually, no, I think we may have seen a Ray titty once at this point.
Well, you know what? I think we can stop talking about teen boob now.
Yeah. So, how does this episode of Garth Marenghi's Darkplace end? Even
so, the way it ends is Dean Lerner, as Thornton Reed, refuses to burn the body. And
body of Larry.
The body of the guy who died and by exploding. And he then, at the funeral, sits up out of the coffin and just starts flailing and just shouting.
Yeah, and then Dr. Rick Douglas pulls out his gun and just blasts the corpse.
Yeah,
he pulls out his revolver, and the dead guy's mom jumps in front and is like, "No, you can't!" And so he clips her in the
slow
stomach.
motion. This entire thing is in slow motion.
Right, and they remark on this, not this episode, but I think in the next one, with that the show's runtime was a couple of minutes short, so they just tried to add slow motion wherever it could.
Yeah.
And so he pulls out his gun. The mom is like, "No, don't shoot my son." And then he plugs her in the stomach, which knocks her away. And then he blasts the corpse again.
And then upon which we cut to a shot of Thornton Reed in an entirely different place. Entirely. Just shooting a shotgun repeatedly into the ether. And then it cuts back to Rick also shooting. Thornton, hands in his pockets, wearing a different coat, standing there. Cuts back to Thornton, blasting with the shotgun. Cuts back to Rick with a flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible, incredible stuff.
It's really good.
It's really important, I think. I think this is important media.
So episode 2 is Hell Hath Fury, which... This episode starts with Dr. Douglas, Dr. Liz, and the temp the new temp just out, all standing in line for the chicken lunch that they're all so excited for. And then Dr. Douglas walks up to Liz and like says, "Hey, fuck you," and then knocks her tray.
Everyone's
out of her
very
hand.
pissed the chicken lunch is taking so long. Everyone's mad.
And then the chef stomps out and is like, "Hey, who's making a ruckus out here?" And then smacks the tray out of Liz's hand again. They do a lot of...
In between these shots, it's important to note that
the tray is very obviously glued together.
Tray is very obviously glued together, and a banana keeps manifesting and disappearing from that plate.
Yeah.
Like, there's a plate on there, there's no plate, there's a banana on it, there's no banana.
Yeah.
It's really incredible stuff.
It's just tremendous. And then the chef gets like bonked with a ladle and hit with a fork that are being manipulated via psychic energy while he is doing his chicken lunch making.
Chicken meal.
Chicken meal. Yes.
Because this is the other thing about Darkplace is that the timeline of when it like is happening in the universe is incredibly inconsistent. The shots are filmed in daylight, then nighttime, 3 a.m., whenever. It doesn't matter.
And Dr. Rick always walks out to the roof at the sunset. That's
true. At the end of every episode, no matter how long or what day it has been.
Yeah.
He ends on the in sunset staring out over the roof, which is like, a roof in the spirit, I would say, with the heart of the rooftop in the room.
Yeah.
It's very clearly not outside.
That's a really good descriptor. It could have been the same set, and I would not have been surprised.
Yeah. So...
The chef is played by Stephen Merchant, I'm just learning.
Yes. And he's very upset that someone would question his chicken dinner.
Yeah, his chicken meal.
His chicken sustenance, as it were.
Yeah.
But so the bulk of this episode is various objects being levitated and thrown towards the various cast members.
Yeah. And it's very clearly Liz doing it because of psychic energy and PMS also. One of the things that I really didn't love about this show, like, I get the joke that they're going for with how everyone treats Liz, but I also feel like they do that one, like, a lot. Like, I get it, but also it's like every other joke I feel like is just like something that's like exceptionally misogynistic on purpose. And I don't know. It just was, I was just a little bit oversaturated on like comically stupid misogyny on purpose.
I think that makes sense. I think to me, the thing that I enjoy about the show is its ability to, portray someone as just a truly miserable sack of shit without allowing itself to feel any sympathy for him whatsoever.
That's
which
true.
I think is lacking in most of the shows that kind of have this like, oh, you're not supposed to like him because, like Breaking Bad, Rick and Morty, whatever you want to talk about. At the end of the day, it's kind of like you kind of like this guy.
I can't believe I can't believe people still pull out the argument that you're not supposed to like Rick and Morty. Like, I've talked about this before. I'm going to show my hand a little bit. I have watched the first 3 seasons of Rick and Morty, and I kind of liked it. I thought
it was fine.
I think it's pretty funny when Justin Roiland is not talking to Justin Roiland. I think any scene when it's just Rick and Morty, it's miserable. But if there's other people for them to bounce off of, it's good.
Yeah.
And yet, despite that, all of the best episodes are just ones where Justin Roiland is extremely clearly improvising with himself for an entire episode.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I can never get 2 brothers and a tornado and suddenly a meteor. Like that's just living in my head at all times.
It is. It's incredibly good. It's really good. But so the thing I like about Darkplace is that it kind of just, I don't know. I'm fascinated with the character of Garth Marenghi as just this self-absorbed, just useless asshole who is still somehow obviously stumbled into some sort of success.
Yeah. Man, am I right?
Man, am I right?
Oh, Craig just said, okay, I'm done recording this stupid podcast. Craig just said, fuck these fruits.
Honestly, Craig, I get it. Craig, hey, buddy. Felt that.
I wish Craig would fuck these fruits. I'm hard up for human contact right now. I'll take what I can get.
He's like a teddy bear. Are you trying to... Sorry, one second. Can I... One second. So, like...
Are you just looking at Craig and trying to see what's going on with him?
I am pulling up an image, and I need you to tell me right now how this makes you feel. How, like, if this is, like, what gets you going based on Craigery. Based on your Craig proclivity. Alright? I'm putting it in general.
Oh, God.
How's that make you feel? How's that make you feel? That get you going? Feeling like you're about to graduate?
For reference, Mona has in general chat put an image of the little bear from Kanye West graduation album and also Kanye West Good Morning song music video.
Yeah, the graduation bear. Yeah. I just need to know if this is like a thing.
I mean, not really.
Would you?
Like, maybe if it wasn't Kanye West's persona, it's possible, but I don't think that would improve the rates. Listen,
what if what if Kanye apologized?
What's that?
What if Kanye said sorry?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm a person. I don't think that I am the one Kanye needs to apologize to.
What if he was really sorry?
No. I don't want to get into this hypothetical. I'm not fucking Kanye West's persona, no matter what.
Are you sure?
I'm not touching that man's bear.
Okay. More from me. This is not... I need to be clear, I'm not going on the record stating that I would get down with the graduation bear. Because I wouldn't. I'm showing my hand here. I would not also get down with the graduation bear. I just can't do it.
Kanye West is right now doing that the meme of like the guy tearing off his headset in frustration.
That's true, actually. Kanye is in this server. He's actually just chilling in the voice channel quietly.
No, he's Craig.
Kanye's waiting for his episode.
If you rearrange the letters in Craig, you get Kanye.
It's true. I've done it just now.
Okay, so Dr. Liz has developed psychic powers, and people are like, the people are deciding, oh, this must be the new temp thing. The temp who is like only shot from like neck up half the time. Yes.
It's only shot from like neck, maybe even chin up the whole time. There's tons of negative space above him, and he's just the most generic looking human you could imagine. It's incredible.
It's great.
And so one of the things this show does really well is it does very weird, very hyper-specific things to make itself worse in a way that most people wouldn't even think of. It's constantly swapping between, like, audio quality. It's constantly doing very tiny cuts where scenes were very clearly stitched together badly. It's constantly, like, misplacing props, adding them in between scene transitions, things like that, where it's like a scavenger hunt almost to see how much just, like, genuinely loving care was put into making this the worst possible television program.
Yeah, it's really, like, they really just went above and beyond on making this look like dog shit.
Yeah, it's like... it's incredible. It's like the amount of effort that had to have gone in, and also the amount of just, like, 3 guys sitting in a room laughing their asses off writing this that must have happened.
Really, honestly. So what happens next in this episode? I truly do. Hold on, let me look at my notes to see if I can elucidate anything from what I wrote down 2 days ago.
I do know, but I would also be fine just letting you figure it out.
Oh God.
So basically, what happens is
sorry. I'm just trying to decipher my notes. We've got I wrote the misogyny episode.
It is the misogyny episode.
This is jumping back a little bit, but this does open with a line that did make me laugh, which is Garth Marenghi looking at the camera and saying, "I believe that in 40 years we could see our very first female engineer."
Right? No, wasn't it? We could see our very first woman mechanic, and she might even be. Yeah.
But Liz does not like the way Liz does not like the way she's being treated. So she is like doing Carrie type shit all over the hospital. Shit, we need to do Carrie on this podcast.
Constantly, I would love to do Carrie. I would love to do an episode of a real scary movie that doesn't. That's not like this.
Next time I put out the call for episodes, you are in.
PogChamp. Okay, so what happens is she's just constantly just tossing things at people. Dean is trapped in his room against the wall with a desk, and she kills the temp. She just murks him with 20 screwdrivers.
Yeah, she fills him with holes. Dr. Dr. Sanchez also gets his face burned by a floating cordless iron, which has a very big cord on it.
An incredibly large cord, yes.
It's funny. It's funny as hell.
And then, what do they throw at her? They just, hit her in the head with something, I believe, and she just falls down to the floor.
Yeah, because she's floating up there, at the end of Hereditary when the mom flosses her own head off.
So the thing about this is that she is, wiggling back and forth like one of those GIFs from Tumblr in 2013 that's supposed to look 3D.
Yeah.
Just the whole time.
Yes, that's what that is. That's what that is. She plugs the temp full of holes and then apologizes to everyone for hey, I'm sorry that I went crazy sicko mode. I'm sorry. Then brackets men laugh as the subtitle, and then Rick Douglas goes up on the roof and is like, "Oh, I'm doing a monologue because I'm British."
He does a British monologue, and he goes "Whoa, core, team, oh."
And that's the end of the episode. It was around this point where I know who Richard Ayoade is. Mm-hmm. And I've seen some episodes of what the fuck was it? The IT? What was the name of the
Crowd?
The IT Crowd. Thank you. I've seen a few episodes of that, so I've heard him around before. But I was like, when we were watching these first episodes, I was like, this guy's voice sounds so fucking familiar. Hold on, I just put my mic again. This guy's voice sounds so fucking familiar, and I can't place it. And it was because I'd watched Soul the night prior, and he has a large acting role in the movie of Soul.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, this is actually a direct prequel to that movie.
Yeah, God,
It takes place in the same universe. They don't interact, but it's there.
Have you seen Disney Pixar movie Soul?
I have not seen Disney Pixar movie Soul, but I heard that Tina Fey sucks in it.
I think Tina Fey is I think she's fine in it as just doing acting. Mm-hmm. But the core concept is it's how Disney has everyone knows that Disney has a track record of turning their non-white protagonists into non-humans. You've got Brother Bear, yes. Emperor's New Groove, mm-hmm. Princess and the Frog. There was another recent one that I can't quite recall.
The pigeon one.
Yeah, I think that one was Blue Sky, but that does also apply. Yeah. This one does turn Jamie Foxx into a cat, but also Tina Fey goes into Jamie Foxx's character's body, and we spend an hour of the movie with Tina Fey's voice coming out of a black man's mouth.
Didn't she do that enough on 30 Rock?
Did she do blackface on 30 Rock?
No, but it was her writing.
Good joke.
Thank you.
I
would love to deconstruct that show.
I don't understand that. I don't want to get too into it. I've been reeling with that filmmaking. I honestly kind of enjoyed the movie, but that one decision was just had me with my head in my hands. I was like, how do you make this decision? How do you?
We didn't have to do this. It's very much like a situation of doing an incredibly cool skate trick, but the skateboard is a rake, and then you step on the rake at the end.
Sure, we can go with that. Oh, God. Anyways, so now we got episode 3, which is... Well, my first note for it is Garth's freaky balls. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure that means something.
I think it's...
This episode is about Garth's friend who's in the hospital who gets fucked by an eyeball alien and then dies and gives birth to a little eyeball alien son.
Yes, that's what happens.
Who reminds Garth of his half grasshopper, half human son who died immediately, but also survived to be to play volleyball with his dad at the age of like 10 or so.
Yeah, so he reveals later in the episode that his grasshopper son died by doing a very big hop and then hitting some helicopter blades, I believe.
I missed that.
Yeah, that's how he died.
So funny.
He did a big jump and then died in some helicopter blades. But the funny thing to me about Garth's relationship with his grasshopper son and his adopted eyeball son is that he's projecting all of this onto this eyeball son who has never spoken, just exists as a round object that everyone else in the hospital is like, we gotta get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
And he treated his son like just shit in the flashback. Where
the flashbacks are because they're playing volleyball together, right? And Rick is just like spiking it and blasting it into his son's face.
And he like loses is the thing. Then they play badminton and he loses at badminton and he like takes the rackets and takes down the net and his mom takes the kid inside. And it's like, this is the thing to me that speaks a lot to the character of Garth Marenghi as a whole, of this author that is so sure of himself that he can't even consider the idea that he's wrong even a little bit, where he writes this character that's this idealized version of himself, and this character is still treating everybody else around him like absolute dog shit because he literally doesn't know or doesn't care enough to realize that he looks like an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just a big fan of this show because I have known in my time some of the types to be like the guy who's like very artistic and so tortured and cannot consider anyone else outside of him. And this is, I believe, that, you know, to an extreme.
Yeah. And it's like, I did have my complaint about the misogyny thing earlier, but I do agree with like the rest of it. Like, he is like, it is so, like, if anyone goes through this and could like, obviously it's a parody happening, but like, if someone could get through this and be like, wow, I fucking love Dr. Rick Douglas, he's so cool. I don't think that, I cannot envision that happening. Like, I just think, yeah. People would not say that about Rick and Morty.
Yeah. And I think that's part of what the show does so well is, and I think the structure of a very limited series is good for this show because any more than 6 episodes would end up just treading the same ground and eventually
I think this is the longest, the most episodes they could have made without going over the, I do just want to bring up real quick, do we think that the fact that Rick and Morty character name is Rick Sanchez means anything?
No, I don't. I don't. But
it would be pretty funny if that was a reference to this show.
It would be funny, but like, you know, this is a pretty like, it's, you know, your favorite comedian's favorite show type deal, you know. It's like not actively that, but it's like, you know, it's one of those things that the people who know what's up love it.
Yeah.
And some of those people are my friends on Twitter who say it's a good show, so you know what? They know what's up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm scrolling through the trivia of Rick and Morty Wikipedia.
Richard and Morton.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Reddit.com/r/Darkplace. Post titled Rick and Morty. Rick Douglas, Lucian Sanchez. Haha, I know it's as far as a guest can go, but it just caught my attention. The soundtrack for the intro kind of reminds me of Rick and Morty as well. No comments. This thread is archived. That's
really
all I can
good
find
stuff.
about.
Really cool stuff. Let me see. Is this just r/Darkplace? I'm going into Reddit.
Reddit.com/r/Darkplace.
I'm taking a Reddit adventure. It's taking 20 seconds too long to load. Okay, here we go. We've got a post 3 days ago. According to Wikipedia, Matthew Holness, parentheses, Garth Marenghi, is an, quote, an English comedian, writer, director, dreamweaver, visionary, plus actor. Now, I'm sure that if I go to Wikipedia, we will see that this has been changed or has been... Okay, yeah, so let me check This post was made 3 days ago. Let me see the edit history. And 3 days ago, someone edited the page to say that roughly around the time this Reddit post was made. I wonder who could have done this. Could you imagine logging on to a subreddit that is barely active to vandalize Wikipedia in order to get 32 Reddit point?
God, the 32 Reddit points is so many Reddit point.
That's really not that many.
I've never used Reddit in my life, and I definitely don't have a Reddit account, so I don't know that.
I do. It's not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot of Reddit.
Gotcha.
This is actually a weirdly not unactive subreddit. There is like people posting a couple of times a month.
Listen, sometimes you follow subreddits like that. Sometimes you subscribe to the Retsupre subreddit, and the only thing people post there is like, it's been 2 years since a Retsupre video went up. It's been 2 years and a month since a Retsupre video went up.
Yeah, I love it when a subreddit dies. I'm a big fan of a barren subreddit.
I'm looking at the last video. Oh my god, it's really... I said 2 years an exaggeration, but it's really been almost 3 years since the last Retsupre video.
You know what? That would suck so bad if I knew what that was.
You're not familiar with... Oh. Retsupre used to be a YouTube channel that was like dedicated to like basically Mystery Science Theater 3000-ing over like really bad Let's Play footage.
Okay, hell yeah.
But they felt like that was mean, so they kind of stopped doing that about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and they pivoted to they were always doing long plays of bad video games from like the 80s and 90s. But then that was their like entire content. Like, so they did, their most famous ones are Darkseid and Darkseid 2. They did a really stupid one called Orlando 5-0, which I quote unquote love. They had a thing called Kickstarter non-starters where they would just like make fun of really shitty Kickstarters. I miss these videos. God damn, they were uploading pretty regularly for a good while, and then they just kind of...
Well, you know what? Rest in peace to Retsupre.
They'll be back. You should, if nothing else, watch a couple of videos in their Ambition series.
Okay, I will. Anyways, back to the match.
Back to Rick Douglas.
Back to Rick Douglas, MD. So, the episode continues with him explaining this is how he would... this is his episode about the desire to have a son, because he, I believe, can't have a son for... I can't remember the reason, but I do remember he said that he had a disorder in which his balls were way too long.
Long ball is such like a concern, like enlarged ball. Okay, I can picture that. Long ball. You got one like spherical nut, and you've got one hot dog shaped nut.
No. So the canonical explanation was they quote looked like marbles in a sweat sock.
Oh my god. This is a pretty funny show.
It's a really funny show. It's a horror show.
It's terrifying.
It's a very scary show.
So what happens to Skipper the Eye Child?
Basically
what happens on the roof.
There's a standoff on the roof. They get in a fight, and eventually Rick is like, "Fine, I'll give over the child, maybe." And then he it's like, "Hey, buddy," he like pets the child and tries to like give him a little Gucci Gucci goo, and then it bites his finger and he bashes it on the sink really hard,
and he just like dies and obliterates it, and then he's like crying over it,
like a solid 20 seconds sustained of him just smashing this thing against the sink. And that's the episode.
That's the episode. We're halfway through Garth Marenghi's Darkplace. Let's get on to episode 4. The Apes of Wrath.
This is the one that we watched.
Literally my only note for this is monkey time.
Yeah, it's just monkey time. More or less what happens is there is green water. Yes. And it is bubbling like a water cooler. And everyone who drinks the water, their hair gets a little longer and they start acting kind of like a monkey. And so the plot of this episode is Rick trying to figure out how to stop the monkey as
Stop the monkey. you know, like Peter Gabriel?
No, I don't. As everyone else around him is turning into monkeys. Mm-hmm. And so it is revealed that the water is, I believe, mutated monkey pee? ?
I think that's it, because we see Dr. Sanchez getting a golden shower from an evil monkey.
From an evil monkey, who they then chase through the water and mirror storage, which is a room filled with shelves that all have just cardboard boxes on them that have a picture of a water jug on them and say water. And also there are a few mirrors. This is some of the props. This is some of the prop genius that you'll get from this show, is multiple rooms just filled to the brim with cardboard box that says water on them. Then they chase the monkey on bicycles that are making motorcycle noises the entire time through the woods.
2 minutes.
For 2 full minutes. Funny. And they are pedaling as hard as they can while they make really bad motorcycle noises and like screeching as they halt and stop like that. Mm-hmm. And they go over various ramps. There's like a rope swing. There's monkey bars. There's like 2 trampolines. 2 small exercise trampolines, to be specific. And then at the very end, out in the middle of the woods, they push this guy through what else but a large stack of cardboard boxes that say water on them. They get him and kill him.
He dies. And then Monkey Man fucking dies.
They murder him. Everyone goes back to normal. And they come back to Dean Thornton's office. And they're like, I wonder how this happened. And at that point, it cuts away into a very sped up, like 1.2 times speed recording of 2 or 3 of the characters just basically explaining exactly what happened, as it just looks at shots of like a bush or like a PA system. Very clearly, like, we forgot to put any actual explanation in. It's too late to keep filming. We just gotta get this out of here.
Yeah.
And then really immediately cuts back.
It's good.
It sounds like the end of a medicine commercial.
It's extremely
And that's the end of
funny.
that episode.
That is the end of that episode. Episode 5, Scotch Mist, the racism episode.
This is a potent episode. Content, hey. Content warning if you are Scottish or sensitive about Scottishness. Any sort of Scottish activity whatsoever.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to sit down for this one.
The episode is the Scottish Mist, and it's about a mist that is making people Scottish.
Basically, yes.
And that's pretty much it. Dr. Rick Douglas saves the day at the very end by walking out into the forest where the mist had descended, meeting the Scotsmen who look at him, and he says, "Take me, kill me," and he like spreads he rips his shirt
titties
open. Yeah, he pulls out his titties, and then he's like, okay. They're like, you are a Highlander, parentheses, Scotsman.
Yeah.
And then they fuck off, and the mist goes away.
The plot of this episode is that he, at one point goes on just a full tirade about how terrible Scotland is and about how terrible Scottish people are. And then later he says, well, the mist is coming for me because once when I was in Scotland, I got in an argument at a chip shop, and then I said a lot of incredibly anti-Scottish things, and now the mist has come for its revenge. Mm-hmm. So he goes out there and makes right what his wrong was.
And he undoes racism.
He undoes racism by being kind to the Scottish. And along the way, he gets his hair magically turned red. He gets in a fight with a sentient bagpipe. He, like, gets his pants vaporized off of him or something, and they turn it into a kilt.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. And the interviews, because this show is, you know, the Masterpiece Theater type thing. It's got interviews with the whole cast. Not the whole cast, but him, Dean Lerner playing Thornton Reed, and in the last 3 episodes, the guy playing Rick Sanchez. And it's all about, the interviews are literally just them all defending this episode and saying that people were being terrible to Garth Marenghi for his very potent Scottish commentary on racism.
Yeah.
At one point he says, sometimes you have to be a bigot to take down the bigger bigots, which I didn't know he had a YouTube channel, but sure.
This is what the quartering was like before he grew the beard.
He says that he, I believe he says, quote, I made fun of the Scottish to disarm them while debating. Definitely a direct
this
quote.
entire episode is like the blueprint of every single, like, just asking questions right-wing YouTuber.
It's good. It's good. And so they solve racism, basically.
It's a very well foresighted parody, I think, in this one.
It really is. It's prescient.
And then we get our final episode. The creeping moss from the shores of Shoggoth, a.k.a. foreverly broccoli-tized and loving it, forever fat broccoli tongue, forever fat broccoli legs, broccoli tummy, broccoli ears, big fat broccoli nose.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jesse?
Are you not familiar with foreverly deletized and loving it?
I'm not sure.
Well, okay. I have an image that I have to show you, and I'm sorry
about it. Alright, hit me with some JPEGs. JPEG me up. I would like a JPEG. The podcast is on hold. It's JPEG time.
I'm posting foreverly deletized in the general server. Sorry to anyone who's looking at this.
Just like, what are they talking about?
Let me just read this. I feel like I read this on a podcast recently, so I may cut this, but you know what? I bet I can do this in one breath.
Okay. Do scuba diver breathing. It's like the 2 full breaths and then the 3rd breath in. It's like, and then you go.
Forever real, tied up, fat, Sparky, enjoying himself, loving the half. He's been fat and fully complete, permanently deletized and fully wrapped up, tied up, rope, mummified, all forever really tied up, all over from his fully deletized head to his fully deletized feet, a full permanent baloney body, a complete permanent baloney head, 2 permanent baloney and ham ears, 2 permanent ham lip, a huge thick permanent baloney ham and cheese tongue, 2 permanent baloney feet, a permanent baloney tail, permanent baloney organs, and permanent baloney insides. At last, a permanent ham nose. Forever really tied up, fat, Sparky jumps around everywhere and every place, happily tied up, wrapped rope, mummified, and fully deletized, and licks everyone and everything he can with his huge thick permanent baloney ham and cheese tongue. No points for consistency in my accuracy, but at least I said every word in there right after I fucked it up.
God, I'm in pain. You just did Type Racer in real life.
I'm pretty good at talking fast.
Oh my God!
If I really get going, and I slow myself down for this podcast, but like if I really get going, I can just talk that fast at a normal pace.
Can we get like a music bot in here to put the rap god beat behind that really quick?
No. Give me the fucking Logic gang related shit.
I am beginning. Okay, so the creeping moss,
from the shores of Shoggoth,
which is, we find out, based on, I believe he said, a series of verses. Did he say limericks? I feel like he said limericks, and I don't know why, but I don't think he did. But this is based on poetry that Garth made when he was 17. You can see like a pencil drawing on like notebook paper of like some ripped guys and like scary things.
Yeah.
And in this episode, a woman is infected with spores that have leaked in from a vent while the doctor is taking a doo-doo.
Yeah, and he screams because he forgot to flush, but this woman gets infected with broccoli, and she's gonna die, and they have to boil her to save her. And is this the episode where we get the really funny interview thing where they talk about how, the actress who played Dr. Liz Asher, Madeline Wool, not the actual actress, but like
that was actually episode 4, I believe.
Oh, okay,
or episode 4 or 5.
Well, we didn't talk about it, but, there's a really funny interview moment where, Richard Ayoade's character is like, yeah, I don't know where she is. Somewhere in the Eastern Bloc. And the interviewer's like, so you think she's alive then? And he says, oh, no. She's probably if she got a burial, she's buried there.
No, it's like something along the lines of like, oh yeah, I would have loved to have her around for this, but unfortunately she is missing, presumed dead. Probably dead, but I hope she's okay wherever she is.
Somewhere in the Eastern Bloc.
And at the very end of the episode, he's like, oh yeah, she's probably buried out somewhere in the Eastern Bloc.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You just 4 episodes in, we find out that one of the 4 main characters of the show has just disappeared forever ago. And it was not important information up until then.
Yep.
It's incredible stuff. But anyways, the creeping moss from the shores of Shoggoth. Rick Sanchez is horny. He's a horny guy. And what happens is, sorry, my brain turned off.
It's okay.
So what happens
all the time
is he turns around, he sees this woman that has been infected by broccoli spores, and he's like, damn. Because he apparently, later in the episode, confesses he has a thing for women who are green. And so he gets with this patient as the rest of the cast finds out that the broccoli spores could spread to him. And so it ends up that they have to get him into surgery to remove his whole situation before the broccoli spores spread to the rest of the body.
Yeah.
And then in an episode, in an interview, he, Rick Douglas, played by, of course,
Garth Marenghi.
Garth Marenghi.
And his Darkplace.
Reveals that Garth Marenghi, the man whose place it is dark, reveals that this episode is a metaphor for, quote, the AIDS. Yep. And Dean Lerner interjects with his explanation of how plenty of people close to him had been taken by AIDS, including his brother and Freddie, who I can only assume is Freddie Mercury. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then later in this episode, in a different interview, they go kind of just back and forth, just talking about different names for, a person's privates, as it were.
Right.
Which, I believe one of them was described as wispy, I believe.
Yeah, that does sound accurate.
They described it, they said the word wispy was in there, honey, smooth. There was just a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Just a lot of really funny words about pussy.
Yeah, they just go back and forth about 4 or 5 times, just rapid fire, shooting off various names that you should never refer to the pussy.
Honeyed mound or some shit like that.
It was just wispy mound, I believe.
The sacred V.
The sacred V was my favorite. That's true, actually. Yes, the sacred V. Yeah, very that's important.
Those are also, if you want to list, whenever I get GRS, if I get GRS, I'm just going to post a clip of that scene as my like just as my funny I got pussy surgery joke post.
God, I'm I gotta get one for the bit.
But so Rick and Dr. Sanchez are at odds because they're fighting over the girl, basically, and they have a scrap in a bar, and which is in the hospital, which is very funny.
Yes, they have a scrap at a bar, and then later after the dean comes and shoots a shotgun into the air twice, and he's like, "You guys better stop this. This is a hospital."
Yep.
Which is, it's incredible. It's everything in the world is happening in this bar because, once again, Garth Marenghi is a terrible author who just puts whatever he needs to happen wherever he needs it to happen. And that is it. That's it. There is an incredible dedication to any sort of lack of continuity or any sort of, actual hospital work.
Mm-hmm. And then they have another scrap they have another scrap because they're like, we have to boil her to death. And then what happens that causes the scene where it's just being described over photographs of everyone?
Right. That is them fighting Rick to get him into the surgery. That is them fighting Dr. Sanchez, to get him into the surgery to remove, his whole doodad. And,
right. Cause they have to cut off his penis and kill his girlfriend.
They have to cut off his beauty. And he, an interview with Dean Lerner reveals that a drink had spilled on that specific tape, so they just have a bunch of stills of him and the rest of them fighting and narrating over it, over just, Polaroid pictures, basically. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of that, it shows his girlfriend dying in bed after giving Rick a wind chime that looks a bit like a dream catcher.
Yeah. It's basically like a wind chime if there was a dream catcher in the middle of the string connecting the wind chime to the ceiling. Yeah.
And, that more or less just kind of ends the series.
Yep.
And it ends entirely without ceremony, which is... It feels like a canceled show, which I kind of like that it just kind of ends at that specific episode.
Yeah, it's funny. On a scale of 0 to 5, sacred V's, how many sacred V's are you going to give Garth Marenghi's Darkplace?
I'm going to give it 4.
4? Yeah, I'm about letting it a 4. There was a lot,
4,
a lot of stuff in this made me laugh. I think it's hard to do, I don't know. I just feel like this lands a lot of parody that I feel like would have been fumbled elsewhere. And I like it a lot. It's very funny.
Really incredible parody of bad horror.
Intentional production gags are some of my favorite things in the world. Intentionally awful ADR, props just disappearing and reappearing. It's so that's never not funny as hell to me. I'm gonna push
at one point.
Oh, go on.
In the middle of a shot, Dean Lerner's holding a cup that is meant to have coffee in it. It's very clearly empty. It then randomly switches to a shovel covered in blood and then switches from one shot back to him. He's once again holding the cup that once again is meant to have coffee in it, and he just crushes this styrofoam cup and obviously it's empty and nothing comes out. Stuff like that. It's constant in the show. Yep.
Oh god, it's just really funny. I want to watch this again with a different person to just notice different jokes.
Yeah, it's worth your time. It's all on YouTube. It's about 3 hours.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. No subtitles on the YouTube one, though, which was a little bit of a headache. We had some questions.
We did have some questions. We had some questions from the tweet machine.
All right. So, this question from Ask Me About #landback at @flourishcaster_. You are conscripted to produce an American remake of Darkplace. Who do you cast? What would you change? I lighten up the misogyny jokes a little bit and change nothing else. Dr. Rick Douglas will be played by Jack Black. I don't know about the rest.
Okay, so for me, again, I take a little bit off the misogyny. I think, nothing else really needs to be changed, honestly.
Who else are you
I make it a little less horny. I cast... I personally,
Lerner, I would throw Lakeith Stanfield in for Dean Lerner. Mm-hmm. I just think he could do a funny job of it. I think Lakeith Stanfield is a really good and versatile actor, and I'd love to see him schluck it up in something like this. Like,
I
he was the
want,
best part of Death Note, the movie.
Here's who I want for Dean Lerner. And hear me out, because I want him to also direct this series. I want Jordan Peele.
Okay, that would all. Dean Lerner is essentially just a Key and Peele character.
He really is. He's just this weird, awkward little dude who is constantly smoking a cigar. He is incredibly funny and incredibly self-assured for no reason. He's just like, he's a weird little nerd, and Jordan Peele is incredible at playing weird little nerds.
I think David Cross could be a good. I mean, David Cross just kind of looks like Dr. Sanchez if you in the promotional image that they put out for this.
I would like,
or David Cross, Tobias Funke, even though that guy's kind of a shithead.
I personally would like, I would like Dr. Garth Marenghi to be played by Jim Sterling.
That'd be pretty good.
Because, just, it's an honor.
And who do we have in the Liz Asher role? Who are we feeling?
For Liz Asher,
I want someone who's like extremely I want like a dyke in this role.
Can we get Phoebe Bridgers?
I was gonna say Tig Notaro, but that's also good. Does Phoebe Bridgers act, or does she just sing?
I feel like she could.
You think Phoebe Bridgers could do this shit?
I think Phoebe Bridgers would love this show.
Okay. Baz at Comfy Coils asks, has anyone close to any of you ever exploded? That one hit close to home. Deeply emotional scene. Yeah, actually. When I was about 4 years old, my best friend, Sean, just spontaneously combusted one day. Just really, that boy just got ripped from head to toe by some unknown force. The doctor said there was a bomb in his tummy, but I never believed that.
Yes, someone close to me has exploded. It was a character from the video game series Metal Gear, and you know where the joke is going. I'm not going to finish the joke. Thank you for your time.
Yep. The Cave Story 3D speedrunning community at Supreme Dirt asked, if you were a burrito, what kind of burrito would you be?
Amber, I would be a steak burrito from Chipotle with double white rice, tomato salsa, light medium salsa, corn salsa, no beans, maybe the fajita vegetables if they're looking good, and then light sour cream, light cheese, and lettuce.
I would also be a burrito from Chipotle, but it's chicken, salsa, hot salsa, sour cream, and cum.
Is there rice?
Like two pieces of it.
2 grains.
It's really just. It's
a challenge.
It's really more like a water skin than anything.
I hate that.
You just kind of bite one end open and just slurp the fluids out.
It's like a meat sausage. It's like a really bad sausage.
Ace at Still Towel asked, does Matt Berry have the best voice ever? Yes or hell yes? I'm just going to say yes on this one. His voice is pretty.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to give a classic yes.
Which is the most handsome resident of the Darkplace? I'm going to say that's Dean Lerner for me. From this one, that one's from Pez Stan at Snug Crow.
For me, I'm going to say the most handsome resident of the Darkplace is Dr. Rick Sanchez. He's got the flow on the hair.
He does have the flow. Julia at Scumfooch wants to ask, Darkplace and the Void take place in the same universe. Discuss. What's the Void?
I don't know. So, sure.
Confirms. And lastly, My Bloody Valentine listener at Panic Hippie asks, is this Weezer? Yes.
Yes, it is. And also,
get the band back together. Get the band back together and do. I want them to do the. Not the remix. The shit post someone made of "Say It Ain't So," where every line is just like like a fucked up version of "Wrestle with Jamie." Wrestle with Jamie.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one for sure. And one of my friends who replied,
"Wrestle with Jamie."
One of my friends on a locked account who replied also said, is this Weezer? Are you joining Weezer?
Are you?
Yes, via podcast. But on the real answer, no, I am not. Rivers Cuomo would never let a woman join Weezer. Even if I wanted to, I would not be allowed inside the Weezer compound.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for this episode. That's it for this movie or this program. We are closing the book on Garth Marenghi's Darkplace, and we are now moving into recommendations. What do you want to go first? I can go first if you need some time to prep something, because I will
let you go first. Do I have to recommend specifically horror? Do I have to recommend?
Doesn't have to be horror. Doesn't have to be a movie. It can be literally anything. Once my former co-host did once recommend pouring river water into your shoe because it is cheap, easy, and free.
It is.
My recommendation this week is going to be, you know what time it is. It's the spring anime season. It's here once again. I've started watching literally 10 plus shows. And the thing is that, like, normally by this point, I've seen enough of some of the shows to be like, oh, okay, this one probably isn't for me. But the thing is, like, every show I've checked out has been, like, good enough to get me back for at least the next couple of episodes. So I'm going to be watching a lot of anime this season. So that's going to be my recommendations for Raw. My first recommendation for this season is the anime of Horimiya, which is a romantic comedy anime about a popular girl at school who's pretty, but in her off time, she has to be basically a full-time, like, stay-at-home older sister when she's not in school because her mom is like a doctor or something and is just working all the time at the hospital, and someone has to take care of her younger brother and cook dinner and clean the house and everything. Mm-hmm. And the other character is this really reclusive, shy boy named Miyamoto, and he his secret identity is that he's secretly it has a ton of piercings and tattoos. It's just kind of like a punk looking boy. And they run into each other one day, and it's a meet cute. And they were like, oh shit, you're in my class. Oh shit, you're in my class. You do this? And then it's really cute. It's really funny. There's only 2 episodes out, but it's like, listen, you know a romance comedy anime is like really good when I'm the one saying straight rights. Like I'm giving the straight rights for this one because it's really cute. Horimiya. Can't recommend it enough.
I cannot say straight rights, but I appreciate the recommendation.
Sorry, I'm saying straight rights for this one. This is the one straight couple that has rights.
Take me off of this show.
Honestly, I call them a straight couple, but the thing is that, like, there were like 4 intimation, like there's a line in the first episode where Miyamoto gets asked, the male guy, the guy gets asked, why don't, like, they're having a conversation about some other guy who had just asked out Hori-san, the girl, mm-hmm. and Miyamoto is like, yeah, he's like a really nice guy, you should give him a chance. And she's like, why don't you fucking date him then? And his first response is, oh, I don't think we'd be a good fit.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
He's bisexual.
Like good for him. So, me too. I do that.
By rights.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
What do you gotta recommend?
My first recommendation is, first off, Mio flavored water enhancer. We had a big old talk about Mio flavored water enhancer at the beginning of the show. We're going to have a big old talk about it right now. Except not really. I've said all I have to say about it. It's good. My second recommendation is, why not watch Scream again? Just watch Scream.
Scream
It's a great movie. It's a really good movie. Just watch Scream. And then I'm also going to recommend listen to the album The Baby by Samia and listen to the EP Once in Future by my friend HOLIDAYKISS.
Nice.
And play let's see here. Let's see what video games. Play some video games. Play Spelunky 2.
Play Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Do play it, but don't play it too much.
Play some of it.
Play a little bit. Play just enough.
All right. So, where can people... Mona, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. This was an absolute delight to finally have you on.
I'm glad to be here.
Where online can people find you?
People can find me online on twitter.com/nonbinary, which is non-binary, but the I is actually a lowercase l. Don't tell anybody. People can find me... I think that's it, actually. You can find me on Discord if you know what my Discord is, but if you don't, you can't find me there.
Yeah.
I'm on Telegram. I'm on Yahoo. You can find me on AIM. You can find me on Club Penguin Reborn. Reddit. Friendster.
Thank you. And thank you, listening audience, for listening to this week's episode of Fear Baiting. We are at Fear Baiting on Twitter, Fear Baiting on Patreon. We're recording this episode late, so this is not going to get early access to Patreon. So you probably know that because you did not see the thing in your Patreon feed. Sorry.
My bad.
No, that's on me. I just planned the week really poorly. You can... But still, patreon.com/fearbaiting supports the podcast. $1 a month gets you early access to the episodes when we get them done early. $5 a month gets your name out of the podcast as well as a movie. Not a movie, sorry. A message read on the... And a message that you can send in. Haven't received one of those in a while. Feel free to send one. $10 a month gets you all of that. Plus, you get to make us watch a movie at gunpoint. You get to point a gun at our head and say, "Hey, fucking watch DuckTales the movie." I don't know if
I would let you point a gun at me for free.
Yeah, people can just do that shit for free at you.
Follow me at gun.
So thank you very much.
Add me on Parler.
Okay. So thank you very much to Ducky Aisha, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, and Michael Kaiser. We love you all so much. Thank you also to Matt GameCube and Noisepace.xyz for hosting this podcast and so many other great ones. Thank you to Sada, the person who made the music for the person who made the intro and outro music for this podcast. Find them making music under People You Meet Outside of Bars. Head to gaygothvibes.online. Thank you very much to Blair Kitch, who is my constant editor at Blair Kitch on Twitter to check him out. I can be found on Twitter at SunHatJenya, and listen to me on some of my other podcasts, such as The Wonder Years, which just pushed out a new episode the other night, which is it's an Animorphs podcast. You can listen to Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, the Leftism podcast for the Terminally Online that I'm sometimes on. You can listen to Special Grade Snacks, which is coming back next week because Jujutsu Kaisen is back, because it's a Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast. Which is, and a controversial opinion, but I think it's a pretty good show. I think that's everything. I think I already said my Twitter, so that's it. So until next time, I'm Sara.
I'm Ramona.
And remember,
you can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.